Right, there we go, up and running. So let's get TikTok on board. Afternoon, folks. Breaks and slides, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thought I'd come on for an afternoon session. Anthony, how are we doing? Welcome from Australia. You're gratefully received. I hope you're well. What's going on today? Not a lot, really. I mean, we are still being squeezed. We're still going sideways. Bitcoin's looking very sideways. I think it's going to be very much wait and see what happens tomorrow in the markets. Generally, if we look at the whole of crypto, we had Moonbeam do a nice run yesterday, 8.5% last night. I don't know if you saw that one. It's come back down a little bit, but it did go on a nice little run. That was good to see. So, yeah, we got Bitcoin 1% down on the 24-hour, ETH 2.5% down. Any real green out there at the moment in the last hour? Not really playing out. 24 hours, BNB's got a couple of percent in the last 24 hours. Tron's the same. Uniswap 7.5%. So they're looking good. Terra Classic. What's the matter with people? Hey, Tom Hunter, how are we doing, buddy? Slight hangover today. I had a little bit of a headache. Yeah, the red grape juice last night was quite nice. I quite enjoyed it, but not too bad. I don't usually drink too often because I do suffer with hangovers. I'm not a big drinker, believe it or not. But yeah, not bad. Moonbeam's still all-time low from last year. Yeah, absolutely. Moonbeam's still dirt cheap. And this is the thing I've said many times about Moonbeam. We've got to remember with Moonbeam, it didn't see the bull run last year. So in terms of price action, what it launched at, that was the launch price. And of course, all projects run up at launch and then come back down. But Moonbeam's come back down in a bear market. The only difference as to why I'm still bullish on Moonbeam is because they were crowdfunded 37.5 million Polkadot tokens, which is a lot. Big things in store for XRP. Yeah, XRP looks set. There's been a lot of positive news. Judge Torres's ruling with regards to SEC handing over the Hinman documents is very, very bullish for Ripple. So I think Ripple are firmly in the driver's seat. I know that not only do they want the SEC to declare that XRP is not a security, they also want some clarity for the space, and I think they're in a good position to demand that now. No max supply on Moonbeam, is there? Let's have a look. It is mintable. It is mintable. So unlike Moon River, which has got a limited supply, Moonbeam can, in theory, you can mint more. Let's have a look. So yeah, there's no max supply, which isn't great. They would only mint in extenuating circumstances, and of course we've got lots of vesting and things happening as well. Dog's just come in. Shut this door. Have I seen Tamadoge doing well? I have actually, and I admitted last night I've been asked several times over the last few days about Doge, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm not even going to look. And I looked last night, and I was like, oh, it does actually have a bit of utility. So I did pay it some attention last night, and it's continued to go up, which is great if you're a Doge holder. I do know a few people that actually are in it. I didn't realise that they were, but they are. So yeah, I mean, it's seeing some really, really great price action. Market cap, Doge market cap, let's have a look. I think it's creeping up towards 40 million last time I checked. Do I like Polkadot? Yes, I do. No, I do like Polkadot. I think Polkadot's really, really sound. For me as well, the great thing about Polkadot is it got to $50 last year in the bull run, and it didn't even have really an ecosystem. This time around in the bull run, we're going to have a full-blown working ecosystem. Lots and lots of projects launching on Polkadot now with the parachains. I'm just very, very bullish for it. And it's also the third most held asset from institutional investors. It is Bitcoin, Ether, and DOT. So if that tells you pretty much all you need to know. So yeah, I do hold a lot of DOT. I used it in the Polkadot parachain auction. So I've got a lot of projects like Interlay, Parallel, Affinity, Akala, Moonbeam, all from doing the parachains. Moon River buy order hit this morning. Super bullish for it on the next bull run. Yeah, Moon River does look good. If I could swap a few thing rounds, because I'm not as bullish on Akala as I was. They don't seem to be able to reinstate their DAP after the exploit that took place. So even though they saved the day and nothing really happened, they got all the money back and stuff, they don't seem to be able to fix the DAP. So I think they're worried about the DAP being bad, which doesn't bode well. I've got quite a bit in Akala. What do I think of Luna C? I don't like Luna. I mean, I posted a video last night. As I said, I had quite a lot of red grape juice last night. And I just posted a silly video saying Luna to $1 on the Simpsons chart board. And it's got like 7,000 views today. It's just ridiculous. A bit like the coin itself. I mean, it's a community token. It's doing nothing. These 1.2% burns will do nothing, but people are still buying in. It's like worse than Shiba now, so it's really bad. Copy you all the time, sausage trader. I nick your ideas. I copy you. I do loads. The only difference is with your Simpsons video on XRP, you get 70,000 views. I got like 3,000. It's just like, what? I literally copied you. You're in my head rent free. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I don't know if you saw it as well, but I found that website where you can make those Simpsons chalkboards, and I did a Luna video. The Luna video's done like 6,000. I'm like, what? 7,000? I'm like, what? But I'm offering quality content with XRP, or I can give you shit, which is Luna, and Luna does well. And it's just the mind boggles. TikTok likes rubbish. 145k views. That's just ridiculous. But it is a good story. But every time it comes out, a lot. Are you free to go live, Sussex Trader, if you want? You're more than welcome. Do you know my next question? The one true king of crypto, XRP. What am I thinking? I think XRP. RippleNet have got that case in the bag. I think, quite honestly, we know that they've been in a strong position for a while. But this latest ruling by Judge Torres on the Hinman documents is so bullish for it. So yeah. I just think that there's probably going to be a settlement. The SEC don't want those documents to come out. They'll probably appeal again, but it's already been before the senior judge, and they've said turn them over. So I don't think an appeal will be successful unless they come up with a new reason. So for me personally, I think it's going to be a case for the SEC of settle or turn over the documents, and they are not going to turn over those documents. There'll probably be a settlement, but also Ripple being in such a strong position, Ripple will probably turn around and say, well, actually, you know what? We don't want to settle on the terms you're offering. We want to have absolute clarity that we are not a security, and we also want some directions for the crypto market in general. I think that they can really push hard for that before they agree any settlement. I think they're in a very strong position, because if the Hinman documents come out, it's going to look really, really bad, I think, for the SEC. No one really knows what's in these documents, but they do the way that the SEC have been so adamant that they don't want them to come out, you just know what's going to be in them. It's going to be bad. Is it a bit worrying that Bill Gates and the Clintons are involved in 2013 from XRP? Not really. I mean, you think about the people who have been in these senior political positions. They know the games that are unfolding in the future. It happens the world over. Tony Blair is now very rich after he was prime minister. He's been into all sorts of things. The Clintons and there's lots of people that have been in power that have made money afterwards because they know the game. They learn the game when they're in power. They do a bit of back scratching, and the doors are opened once they come out, and they get a lot of money, and they know where to invest. So I'm not surprised because XRP and Ripple have always been one of the forerunners in this new CBDC setup, this new sort of government centralized financial world. And I think that they know that from a very early time. It was just never that no one ever wanted to bring it in. So it was. I think it's been on the cards a long time. When you think as well, the UK have been experimenting with crypto for 5 years. The land registry in the UK have been using it testing it for at least 3 years. It's just crazy. XRP to infinity and beyond. El Puno's most favourite saying. How are we doing, buddy? Good to see you in the room. I hope you're very, very well. But for anyone who's interested, we are dual streaming. So I'm just going to have a quick look across at YouTube. Acoustic Llama, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you over there on YouTube as well. What do we think about DeSo? Now, DeSo is going to hit the headlines again today because it has doubled in price. It is now being affiliated with, obviously, Elon Musk as well. But this has been one that's been talked about for a long time, but we never really knew, what. There were quite a few social platforms coming out. The good thing that DeSo's got for it is the supply. The supply is very, very low. So when you think that if DeSo is going to become the blockchain social network to replace Meta or Facebook, whatever you want to call it, or Twitter, and if Elon's involved in that, and we know he likes a decentralized world, that is really a very, very bullish project. And for me, $14, market cap at the moment, 150 million. It seems cheap to me. To be fair, you think if it becomes worth $1 billion, $2 billion, $10 billion, I don't know what the value of Facebook is at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot more than that. Ripple are involved everywhere. Bank of England, Bank of Canada, everywhere. Yeah, absolutely. And the Digital Pound Foundation, who are consulting the UK government in regards to CBDCs, they're also advising the euro. So they are involved everywhere. But DeSo, coming back to DeSo does look strong. It's been talked about for a few months, but obviously until things hit the news, it doesn't really do anything. And look back here in the bull run, that was $185 a token. So we are over 90% down from that. And if that returns to all-time high and more, that's a fantastic return. Thoughts on XRP dropping below 35? We could see 35 again. XRP for me, as I said, I've always said that any coin that goes up on a big run will come back down and consolidate. And we did go up to 56 cents. We came back down. Obviously, we did drop quite drastically, but then we popped back up. So we're consolidating around the 47 cent mark, currently just under 46. If we drop down to 43, again, I'm not overly bothered. We're still 11 cents up on where we were 4 weeks ago. So that is still like over 30%. So I'm happy with that. But it was only with regards to news as well. And this pump that we had when the Judge Torres ruling came out, it didn't take us back above to 56. So it is just pure speculation. I think a lot of people that hold XRP are holding it long term. And these are retail pumps. These are traders, buying and selling XRP to make short-term gains. They're not the long-term investors like myself. Let's have a look. If Credit Suisse goes under, it falls apart. Credit Suisse going under would be a big hit. I'm not a huge expert on anything outside of crypto, but yeah, Credit Suisse is a very large institution. If that goes under, it will hurt. But we've seen large kind of institutional companies gone under before, and the economies tend to survive, to be fair. Krolon Mars. I mean, if you're on the Kronos network, to be fair, even if it's a little bit memey sounding, I would review it. I love the Kronos network. If you check out my Discord and go in there, I am actually noobuk.cro. I've got my domains all sorted. And I would happily have a look. Just drop me a DM, drop me some details, and I'll quite happily have a look at that. That's not an issue at all. But yeah, I mean, I'm always interested in anything that the Kronos network's doing, especially for people that are building in a bear market. I think that is notable. So yes, Krolon Mars, by all means, good to see you in here. I'd say the link to my Discord's in my bio. Drop me a DM. More than happy to speak to you, buddy. Not a problem. XRP Diamond Handler, yes. CJR Electrical, Diamond Handling, that XRP. And it's interesting, you know, as well, because there's a lot of people in crypto that, you know, don't like XRP but are now buying it because they see the opportunity. Now, I'm very realistic about the price prediction. You know, the previous all-time high was like $3.50. If it gets to $5, that's where my first sale target is. And I think if we see an end to the lawsuit, we could probably get there relatively quickly, even in a bear market. And I'll be taking my gains there. Anyone else bored of sideways motion? To be fair, the sideways game is a relatively safe game. But we've been seeing, you know, it's been very volatile, but generally we end up back in the same spot, don't we? So if we have a look at this daily chart, if you're on YouTube, you can see here we've had massive volume the last week or so, but they've basically cancelled each other out and the volume's gone right off now. It's the weekend. But we're basically staying along this line. This 19.2, 19.3, 19.4, but you know, a lot of volatility. We have broken to the upside quite a lot and then come back down. We haven't really broken beyond this 18.8, 18.8 trend line that I've got in play. Not on the daily, at least anyway. If we go to the 4-hourly, it has broken it several times and bounced back up. But on the daily, which is where I charted it, it's pretty much bounced off every single time. So if you're on YouTube, you can see my charts. And you know, we are getting squeezed into the corner of a triangle. So yeah, imagine that's my support lines there on TikTok. We're gradually getting squeezed into this corner. It's just pure sideways movement. And when we get into the corner of that triangle, that's when it's either going to break to the upside or break to the downside. Macroeconomics wise, you would have to say more than likely going to come down. But the market never does what you expect, so it probably will pop up. Who knows? Yeah, I think the XRP values that sort of say it's $1,000, that they're looking way ahead when it becomes use case. When we get like, you know, 20-30% of the world's financial economy all going through RippleNet, that's what would cause those high valuations, because the coin needs to be of a scalable value in order to process that value of transaction. So if you've got, even though XRP has got a massive supply, if you've got trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars flowing through that system every day, XRP is going to need to hold a value substantial enough to hold those the value of that transaction, and there'll be tens of thousands of transactions a day for billions and millions of pounds. So trillions every day. And that's where that kind of valuation comes in. And I can see a possibility of that happening. But what I also see is that eventually, if it becomes that kind of institutional use case where, you know, money is transferred worldwide by banks and institutions at a very high level for trillions of dollars, and you're talking about the world economy collapsing and it goes wrong, I think it becomes a private exchange. It becomes a private network. XRP, either a buyback's initiated or they just stop selling it when it comes back. And they just start holding it, and it becomes a private network. That's the danger with something like XRP and RippleNet. It becomes a private enclosed network to protect it and to ensure its scalability, you know, in terms of transaction volume. But that's where I think where those values come in. But yeah, for me, $5-10. I will always hold a moon bag just in case, because $10. By the time I've sold some at about $7-8, I'll have a lot of profit, and I will always hold a moon bag over in case it does get to a buyback position where we're talking about a lot of money for each XRP. Market cap will be irrelevant. Yeah, in some scenarios it would be. Crowlon Mars, thank you for the DM on Twitter, buddy. I appreciate it. I did see that ping up. I will definitely come back to you and talk to you. As I'm always interested on anything in the Kronos network, so we will definitely touch base there, buddy. Thank you. Imagine the coin at $1. They would struggle to process the payments without a backlog. Very true. Ripple will be a bank. That's the possibility, isn't it? It could become the international bank. RippleNet would become a closed banking kind of system, and that's where I think the possibility of a buyback or a private network gets initiated. So we sell our XRP for some profit, and that XRP never comes back onto the market. It just gets held in reserve for those transactions. 1327 1,000. It was designed as a $10,000 coin. It was designed to basically be whatever value it needed to be to transact the value of payments going through RippleNet. So the price, in theory, is infinite. As much money as there is in the world, that's what XRP could be worth. Whatever goes through RippleNet, XRP has to handle the value, and that transactional value gives XRP its token price. UPI crypto. It's not one I've heard of, to be fair. Bank of last resort. Let's have a look at UPI crypto. I mean, there's not one I've ever heard of, but as we're here and it's an afternoon session, let's do it. Let's have a look at UPI. How new is UPI? Not on CMC yet, is it? The only UPI I can see is Portugal. Lots of normal people will become wealthy. Yeah, and this is the great thing about crypto. Anyone in crypto right now, I think, is going to be in a good position to build themselves a pot of wealth. And the size of that pot of wealth is going to be kind of relevant to the person and the resource that they put into crypto. But ultimately, I think anyone who's in crypto right now, in almost any project, is going to be a winner in somewhere along the lines. And crypto, when it gets to that mainstream adoption, these mainstream projects that people at the moment are saying that they hate, but they're going to buy into anyway, things like XRP. People don't like centralization; they'll buy it anyway because they see it and make money. People that don't like banker coins will buy it anyway because they want to make money. And then the everyday people that see the opportunity will buy it. And everyone I think who's in crypto right now has got that chance to make some money. Did I see people saying Nexo might be insolvent and have a similar fate to Celsius? I haven't seen anything to that effect. I mean, I've heard the details with regards to some wallets that are set up for Nexos for transfers take 3 days to verify. You get a similar thing on Crypto.com. I know that, but theirs is like a 24-hour window. And it's usually done quicker. But I don't use Nexo, so I can't verify. And I've only heard stories of wallets taking 3 days to verify. So in effect, you can't transfer that to that new wallet address for 3 days. But if that's the case, I mean, I think whenever you set yourself up on any of these things, the main thing is get the account set up, and when your crypto's in there, get all your transfer accounts sorted out. Unless it's obviously a new one, and then you can't do that. But if you're anything like me, I've got wallets now for everything set up everywhere. I know my addresses. And if I set myself up on something new like Nexo, I will link all of those straight away so that when I need to withdraw it, they're already set up. I'd also do a small test amount just to make sure they work. Portugal. Okay, that is the one you were talking about. Okay, let's have a look at Portugal then. I'll be interested to see what that is. I mean, the fact that it mentions a paw means it's obviously animal related. But is it a meme or is it a serious project? Let's have a look. Okay, so total supply 1 billion, circulating supply 248 million. So 25% in supply. Market cap 2.7 million. Trading volume 117k in the last 24 hours. All-time trading on CoinGecko. Let's have a look. So this started in October 21. Got up to 15 cents in the bull run, which isn't bad. I mean, you're looking now at 1 cent, so you're a decent proportion down, well over 90%. The price has come right back down. There hasn't really been any real spike. There was a little spike there in August for some reason, but it doesn't really tell me a lot about it, to be fair. So, yeah, I mean, I don't diss projects. I mean, Portugal UPI looks cheap. It didn't do a lot after the bull run. There's been no spikes. Um, let's have a look and see if we can see a use case statement on CMC. Formally launched in January 2018. Global online community of pet lovers who aim to disrupt the pet industry by leveraging blockchain technology to monetize data about their pets and improve owners' purchasing experience. Help veterinarians deliver better care. I mean, are they basically saying that this is going to be a veterinary reference system on the blockchain so that it's open and anyone can access it if you give them the keys? Or, I mean, is it just a community token? In which case, community tokens suck. But yeah, I mean, it's small. If you like the use case and you've done your research and it's better than what I've just said, then, you know, buying a little bag of anything in the bear market never hurt. But, you know, that's not something I can condone on that one. If it hits $130, I'll have 1.3 million, but I'm 130 years old. Do you know what? I haven't looked into Flare, to be honest. The XRPL and the Flare network isn't a direction I took. I went more in the Polkadot direction and into a Kronos direction. I haven't really looked into many projects on the XRPL at all or on the Flare network. I know that Flare on XRPL is something that people are getting quite excited about. Flare was very quiet for a while, but it looks like they're just building and they are starting to come out with a lot of good information now. So hopefully that's all good. God, I love the spikes. Tamadoge pre-sale and even on release a few days ago to buy, 24-hour high, 200% plus. Blind trader, you absolutely did, and I kind of poo-pooed Tamadoge thinking it was just going to be another meme coin, and it's going strong. Tamadoge, you know, I've had it up on the charts here on YouTube, and people can see it's, you know, it is doing well. So let's have a look. Tamadoge, there we go. So I mean, it was up 70-80% yesterday. It's up about 52% today. It's going to be really volatile because it is relatively new and it is popular. You're going to have people selling off. But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, this launched at, what, I don't know, about 2 cents and it's been up as high as 8. So it's been up 400%. So there's a good 4x there. So up 300%. Yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, I had a very brief look at Tamadoge yesterday, and to be fair, it didn't look completely useless. It's got use cases on Doge. You know, it's got use case with the Doge blockchain, so it's not a completely useless meme coin, which does give it an area of possibility that it could do well. But yeah, Blind Trader, that was a good shout, that was. I completely ignored it. Can I look at Hummingbird? What's Hummingbird? Let's have a look at that. Hummingbird Finance or Hummingbird Egg? There's two. DSO looks very, very bullish. Anything involving Elon's obviously going to pump, and he has been associated with DSO. It's got a very, very low number of coins in supply. The price of $14 therefore looks reasonable if you think that Elon's going to get involved and adopt that and bring it forward as a new blockchain, decentralized social network. That is incredibly bullish. So yeah, DSO looks very exciting. Would I chase a green candle in a bear market? To be fair, if there are things happening, they're confirmed, that probably is one that I would think, you know what, it's worth holding a few. Because I mean, its all-time high was like $180 in the bull run last year. So it's got that headroom for movement for sure. Finance, not egg. Let's have a look. So yeah, Hummingbird Finance. Let's have a look at that. So Hummingbird Finance got a market cap of $500,000, fully diluted 1.3, self-reporting supply, million, billion, quadrillion, trillion. So 100 trillion tokens. That's a lot of tokens. 39% in supply, self-reporting, which is just yuck. It's been out a long time. Came out in May 21, flatlined ever since. That, my friend, is what you call a shitcoin. Hummingbird Finance is... I'm not even going to bother... Well, I will read its use case, just in case I'm wrong, but this has been dead since it launched. Audited, vetted, trusted static reward token. Static reward token. 3% tax, blah, blah, blah. 1.5 to current holders. It's a community reward token. And it's a naff one because it's dead. So, yeah, Hummingbird Finance is not one that I would buy. Yes, it's up 6%, but look at that flat line. Zoom out. I mean, look at that flat line. I mean, that is a thing of, like, beauty. Everyone keeps talking up XRP, nothing on an XML, XDC. I did touch on the other day, actually, that XDC and XLM were up substantially as well. We seem to have a little pump on Algo as well, but XDC and XLM had a really good pump as well. So did Algo. Algo only had a small one in comparison, though. But, you know, they saw some decent pumps. I think whenever you hear anything bullish about CBDC or ISO, we will see XRP, XLM, XDC, Algo all run to whatever varying degree of bullishness their community take on it. But XDC is very quiet. It's a very quiet community, and it's what I call a true utility blockchain. So it will only react to positive announcements. And XDC is pumping, I think because it's involved in the Australian CBDC. I think they're part of the white paper on that. Haven't actually read it myself yet. That's taking someone else's information. Lunacy is not my enemy as such. I hate the people that were in charge of Luna. Lunacy for me, I'm irritated because it's being pumped by traders and by marketers. There's no utility. There's no use case. You imagine a really busy office. That was Luna. Luna had this massive building. Thousands of people working in it, and all of a sudden it goes to shit and it's abandoned. It's an empty office block, but people are still buying it like it's being worked on. It's not. There's no one in there working. Literally no one working on Luna Classic. So why people are buying it? It's because of hype and marketing. And the people that bought billions of Luna Classic when it was way down the bottom and thought just in case, they're the ones dumping. So the only people that are buying Luna Classic now are the ones funding the people dumping. And I'm not going to do that. Luna Classic is nothing but a community token. It's run by the community. There's no one doing anything with it. It has no utility. The 1.2% burn is useless. I do not understand why people are still buying it, because the people already in there are making money from them. They dump on them. And people just don't get it. You know, even The Simpsons have done something about that, apparently. Is anything happening with BitTorrent and Tron? They did have a partnership announced back in September last year. Was it BitTorrent Chain? Now, I'm expecting a pump when this goes live. But it didn't really have any bullish reaction in the market at all. So BTTC and Yeah, so Tron launched BitTorrent chain. So it's BitTorrent and Tron are in partnership. I really thought it would be received better, and it really wasn't. Maybe it was just the time it was launched. It just did a stealthy launch, and it didn't come through very well. But I was quite bullish about that partnership when it was announced, but the market just hasn't taken to it. Any buy signals? I don't really look for the buy signals to be fair. I just wait for things to be cheap. Let's have a look. ICP no, link no, dot no. What's this? This is the hourly. I don't want to look on the hourly anyway. Oh god no. Okay, so Bitcoin, ICP, link no. Link might. Yeah, Link's got a buy signal, but it's been on there a while. It'll probably expire soon, but it's on the way back down, so it might still be a buy. Dot's still a sell. Atom's still a sell. AVAX definitely a sell. Algo's still got a nice buy signal on it, but it's run up quite a lot. I think that should turn very, very soon. Phantom, oh, it's a nasty sell signal. Yeah, not a lot of buy signals out there at all. If there are buy signals, they're about to be exhausted, I think. So for me, I'm not buying anything, especially at the moment. I will continue to dollar cost average as I have been recently. But yeah, not a lot of buy signals on a lot. I mean, the market's just so sideways. I mean, look at that hourly chart on Bitcoin. It's just disgustingly flat. Thy Revolution, welcome, buddy. How are we doing? Good to see you. Hope you're very, very well. Crypto Tony, you're in the room as well. Welcome, buddy. Good to see you too. Only top cryptos will have a use case. What do I hold, Phil? For me personally, I hold Quant, Polkadot, XRP, ICP, Moonbeam, Moonriver, Akala, loads of stuff, loads more. Was it Parallel, Interlay, Affinity, tiny bit of Link, not enough. I need to stock up on Link. So I've got. Come on, think, brain. Can't think. I'm good, Legend. How are you doing? I'm trying to read the comments. Sorry, guys, I am behind. It's you're all asking lots. If Goldman Sachs of crypto Binance listing it, it's for the fees. Anything that's traded heavily, exchanges will list. You know, everyone jumped on Doge and Shiba, not because they believed in the tech or the project, because they believed in the fees that they would get from the trade. Everyone believes that it will be traded. Tama Doge is a buy. I mean, it's had a very strong launch. I mean, it's had no post-launch dip, which is odd. As I said, it does have more use case than I first expected. So Tama Doge is looking reasonable. I would like to do some more research on it. And to be fair, I mean, if it's got the utility link with Doge Network, then that's going to be quite interesting to research. I want to see how deep that connection is. You need your answers fast in crypto. Unfortunately, Phil, I'm too slow and considered. I'm a mature crypto investor. I'm not a trader. Answers don't come thick and fast from me, my friend. Was thinking of buying more XRP. Should you wait for the dip? It depends. I mean, if you're going to hold it long term, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't buy it now or when it's 30 cents. I mean, long term, it's hopefully a lot stronger than that. Not financial advice, of course. But if you're looking to day trade, who knows? I mean, at the moment, I think we've got a lot of bullish news. It could come down more, but likewise, next week we could get a settlement, or the next month, or the next quarter, or next year. The timelines are completely unpredictable on Ripple and XRP. Can I have a look at Proppy? Let's have a look at Proppy. Not one I'm familiar with again, so happy to have a look. Proppy, property investment token of some description by the look of it. So market cap 48 million, fully diluted 59, 100 million tokens, 82% in circulation. That's pretty solid. Let's have a look. So launch on CMC September 17. So that was really forward thinking actually. They did well. So they did well in that bull run, well in the next bull run. They've definitely got some longevity. They've survived the bear market before, so that makes me instantly interested. It means if you're strong enough to survive one bear market, and crypto's only getting better, certainly in terms of property and blockchain, it's getting more popular. So Proppy does look very, very interesting. Cryptocurrency, Ethereum, current supply of 100 million. Okay, in order to find out more about that project, I would need to do proper research. So superficially, they've been around a long time. Supply looks good. Price looks reasonable. Market cap looks reasonably small. But depending on use case, of course, that tells you how much future they might have. They're on good exchanges. They're on Coinbase, Huobi, Bitrex, Bitrue, CoinEx, DigiFinex. They've been on HitBTC as well. So they're on a few exchanges. It seems like a reasonable project. As I said, without doing that deep dive, I couldn't tell you a lot about it. But superficially, the fact that it's been through a bear market before, they're still going, and the fact that the bull run was nearly as good in the last year as it was before, that suggests that they do have a successful bull run mentality. So that case, at least, if you did it as a bull run investment, you might see a decent return. Even if it only goes up to half your all-time high before, you're still looking at around about $2, which could still be a 3 or 4x on your money. But the property blockchain sector is something that's really interesting. I think that personally is something that's going to grow. There's a lot of use case in property and development and ownership and all that kind of stuff. You imagine a property title deed being an NFT. Perfect use case. It's all right. Phil said he was only joking, folks. I thought that might be the case, but I answered his point anyway. Thoughts on Crow? Crow long term, I really, really like. I think yes, it's slashed its staking rewards. Yes, it's slashed its spending rewards, which is part of the reason why it ramped up so well last year. But I think if you're considering mainstream adoption, they are seeking their crypto trading licenses, like with the FCA in the UK. They've also registered, I think, in France now as well. So they are getting those crypto licenses ready for the next bull run. They're advertising in World Cups. They've got a very long deal on the Stable Center or now the Crypto.com Arena. They've got a lot planned. They've pulled out a lot of sponsorship proposals, but I think that's just being prudent. The bear markets are brutal, and they were obviously hoping to make maybe a bit more money before the bear market hit. But they've pulled all those sponsorship deals rather than carrying on. And I think that's just being prudent. Primarily, they're an exchange. That's their primary mode of business. And that is strong. It's easy to use. And adoption will come through Crow. A lot of adoption. So even if it only starts in Crow, the numbers will stack up. And then hopefully a lot of those people on Crypto.com will go through to the Kronos network and start experimenting with DeFi and NFTs and things like that. It could be really exciting. Thoughts on NFTs? Do I see potential? Yes, utility NFTs I do. There are some kind of art type projects that have utility behind them, as long as there is some form of utility. So these kind of art based ones where maybe you've got access to a creator or it's a ticket to an event, I think they're fantastic. As I said, NFTs in terms of property, I think are amazing use cases as well. Open contracts on the blockchain, title deed ownership, all that kind of stuff on the blockchain. The UK Land Registry experimented with blockchain technology 2-3 years ago, and they completed an entire sale that had failed before because of everyone being in different countries. They did it in 5 minutes. It was literally press the button there, right, you press that button there, you press that button there, done. Everything exchanged, money transferred, deeds transferred, done. It can be that quick now. Do I think Bitcoin will outperform alts initially? Might be better to buy Bitcoin and rotate profits. I think rotation of profits is always a pretty sensible idea. You know, nothing goes up forever, and things that have been down will go up. So that kind of rotation, I was doing that quite a lot in the bull run initially. I was taking profits out and from one project on my favourites list, even just like if you got up to 10% up, take some profit out. Whatever was 10% down, stick it into that. You know, my favourites list was literally stuff that I would buy. So like KuCoin, I've got a list of stuff that I was happy to buy and sell or hold long term. But if it was up 10%, I would take some profit and I'd put that profit in something that's down 10% on the hope that it would come back. And more often than not, you know, because I've got that long mindset mentality, more often than not that worked. Because as soon as it pumps, take the profit again, just keep rolling it out, and it does work. Baby Doge is not one I'm familiar with at all. I generally don't look at meme coins, but I've learnt my lesson. I didn't look at Tama Doge, so I'm just looking at everything now. So let's have a look at Baby Doge. Not one I'm familiar with, as I say, but let's have a look. I know that Baby Doge is quite literally a smaller version of copycat of Doge. So million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. So 420 quadrillion tokens, $143 million market cap, 27% in supply. That's a very low supply for quite a decent market cap on a meme coin. It is CertiK audited, so that's respectable. Let's have a look at its performance. So it came out in August 2021, didn't do anything, and then towards the end of the year, obviously they started marketing the bull run and it went up. And to be fair, it hasn't crashed completely. It's still green on an all-time chart. And in the last year, it's respectable. But it is a kind of end of bull year chart. I don't know anything about the project or what it does. So it is a fan community token. I don't tend to like those. But to be fair, it doesn't look like it's performed awfully. It's just that supply would really worry me. And the fact, as I said, it's community kind of token. Very, very fashionable, faddy kind of thing. If it's already run up and sold down, it's probably not going to come back. But we all said that about Shiba. So what do we know? We can't tell with these projects. Theta will take over the NFT space. What they're doing right now is next level. Theta and NFTs is something I need to research. NFTs I don't take a lot of interest, or haven't historically taken a lot of interest in. I started getting into them and decided that Ethereum was never going to be a place where I wanted to trade NFTs. And I got into the Kronos space, did a few projects on Kronos that I really, really liked. Things like Unicron Hunters, obviously I was really into them. They're still going, they're still minting. We've got other projects as well, like the Lunicorns. That's a great, I should say, Lost Toys now, because they're doing a series of 5 NFTs. The first one was the Lunicorns. Second one now, you've got to go and check that out, actually. It's really good. But yeah, check out Lost Toys NFTs. That's a good one on the Kronos network. They've got 3 more different characters to be launched, and the roadmap's pretty cool. But their Lunicorn NFTs will give you access to their Snipe Hub, which is like an NFT tracking, monitoring, trading type wallet. It's an amazing solution. So yeah, a little bit of a plug there, but I'm not partnered with them, but I just like it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of buying meme coins at any time, especially ones already in existence. But when you're looking long term, you've got to go for utility for me. You just don't know. Meme coins are a complete gamble. Have I deep dived Casper yet? No, I haven't, Crypto Tony. I haven't. I just haven't had a chance to do any deep research, really. I've been so involved into my own projects. I mean, Moonbeam's taken up a lot of my time, trying to get my head right into that project. But Casper does look decent. There's quite a few projects I need to research, and I just haven't had a chance. But I'm hoping to quite soon. I'm gonna give my wallet a present. Buy Tama Doge. Should get a 1x at least in a day. I'm gonna have a look at it, blind trader. I don't really like trading meme coins, but I'm gonna have a look at it because there is still a lot of headroom on that. I think it just, I don't know. As I said, those kinds of projects with those kind of runs, those kind of green candles worry me. But like you say, I mean, a little bit of money out of my wallet might not hurt. We'll see. I'll do some research on it. To be fair, the whole market is one big casino. Very true, actually. Yeah, very true. Very, very true. Let's have a look at the Theta Network website. I always go through CMC for the right links. Oh, come on. Right, this isn't funny anymore. Just let me search. Right then, folks, just having a look at Theta. So the Meta Chain mainnet 4.0 launches in December, so that's 60 days away. That's probably going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news event, although it will maintain some value because of the added utility. It's been in some decent publications, partnership-wise. Let's have a look. Product roadmap. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, roadmap's still got some good stuff to go on there as well. Partners and trade. That's trade, isn't it? So exchange. Not many partners listed that I can see. Where's your partners? There we go, investors. Yeah, nice long investors list. That's decent to see. They have got some good partners in there, to be fair. Sony's involved. That's bullish. Samsung Next is involved. That's good. Sierra Ventures. Loads of big VC companies. Yeah, the partners look good. The roadmap looks good. So yeah, I mean, Theta's been well talked about, well received for a while. Not one I've researched or hold myself, but they've definitely got a decent roadmap. And of course, the good thing about Theta is that it is 100% in supply. So any positive movement on Theta, the price will only go one direction. That's up. They can't release more tokens. It's fully diluted. So any positive news will just result in an upside to the price until someone dumps their load. We are people buying Tamadoge? No. Not at the moment, no. I mean, Tamadoge is just one that I definitely missed an opportunity on. Blind Trader showed it out a while ago, and I basically said I wasn't interested. And it's Forexed, so, you know, it goes to show you shouldn't really strike anything off completely. You should at least research it. And Tamadoge, to be fair, it has got its affiliations with Doge. It is doing some work with them in terms of a game and stuff, so it is worth a look, at least. I'm considering having a play. In order to have a look at the patents they've accumulated, I would need to have a bit of a deeper dive, to be fair, on Theta, Phil, but it does look good. I mean, people have been on about Theta for a while. Supply position's fantastic. 1 billion market cap is very encouraging. A very good website, lots of good partners, lots of good exchanges partnered with them investment-wise. So yeah, I mean, they do look very, very strong, and if they've got some really strong patents, then that's going to be interesting days. Yeah, but always good to see a project like them developing in the bear market. That's really, really positive. Which is the cheapest exchange in buying and selling? I'm only with crypto. To be fair, I've never really done a comparison on fees. I use crypto.com as an off-ramp and on-ramp. I've used to use Coinbase initially. I don't use that anymore. Binance and KuCoin are pretty much similar, I find, in terms of use case. The fees for me, I mean, I don't use ETH deliberately. So anything on the ETH network I've avoided. I was buying VXV last year on. That's the only thing I was using one exchange for because they were selling it on there. I didn't have to use Uniswap and pay the fees. But I tend to just use KuCoin, to be fair, for most of my trades. It's KuCoin or DEX. Thank you, Blind Trader. Good to see you in here as always. Yeah, I will keep my eye on Tama. I'm definitely going to have a closer look at it, to be fair. Where to buy it? Is it MetaMask? Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if CMC is going to tell us where it's listed. It is very new. If it's listed on CMT, I'd be quite surprised. It is, which yeah, the team aren't hanging around. They've got it listed on CMC, and that's not an easy thing to do in itself. So let's have a look. So markets. So if you ever want to find out where something's available for sale, go into CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and just have a look on markets. So it is Ethereum based. So it's Uniswap. It's OKX. They're on OKX and Bitmart already as well. They're on two decent exchanges. So it looks like the confidence in Uniswap is quite low. So it looks like they've gone mainstream exchange already. So you're going to be looking at OKX or Bitmart. The majority of the volume is through OKX. And there's not too much of a price. It's actually a little bit cheaper. So they've done $24 million, nearly $25 million of volume in 24 hours on Tamadoge. OKX, that's not bad going at all. OKX seem to be getting a lot of exposure at the moment as well. They've taken on some projects very early. They've got some good staking rates out there. So they've come out of left field for me a little bit. And I have looked at OKX because they, at one point, they were offering a 70% APY on Moonbeam. So I was tempted, but I didn't. I think you have to KYC with them. I couldn't be bothered to go through that again. It's painful sometimes. But it is on Bitmart. But Bitmart have only got 2.25% of the volume. So probably OKX is the best bet. What do I use for converting to fiat currency? Don't think you can do that on KuCoin. It's not easy on KuCoin. I basically just when I'm ready to set up, I'll usually stick everything on KuCoin, sell it into XLM or XRP, send it across to crypto.com, sell it there for fiat, and just off ramp it there. Traditionally, that's been really, really quick. I've usually had it within an hour or two. Tama is same as Tamadoge or different. No, yeah, Tama is the ticker for Tamadoge, so that's the same one. Yeah, should have a little yellow dog coin with red eyes as the logo. But yeah, I mean, as I said, that's one I'm going to be checking out because I did miss the boat on the launch. And if it's a strong project, a 4x on launch isn't really a lot, and in the bull run that could turn into a very healthy profit. But you will see. I mean, market cap's very, very low. Right then, folks, I think I'm going to call it a day there. Take a cup of tea break and do some more research on Tamadoge and probably on Theta too. I need to do some work on Casper as well, so I'm going to wind up here. Thank you if you've been waiting on YouTube and joining me on YouTube. I appreciate that support over there. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time on TikTok as well. If you don't follow me already, please do. And also go to the links, follow me on YouTube, subscribe over there as well. AA, you're welcome, buddy. Not a problem at all. Crypto Tony, thank you for dropping in. I'll catch you all again very, very soon.